Good morning, you guys. It's like 7 a.m. here. Sorry if I seem like I'm whispering a little bit. It's like my voice. I'm a little under the weather, as you can probably tell. I'm a little under the weather, but I just was thinking about this last night, and I really wanted to do the video last night, but of course my baby be clinging to me and all that. But I just want y'all to know, anybody has the ability to go directly to God. You don't got to rely on no prophets, prophetic words. You don't got to rely on no pastors, which is technically still a prophet. You're a messenger of God. Like, that's all a prophet is, a messenger of God. You don't got to rely on none of us people to feed you. You don't have to rely on us. We are supposed to be stepping stones to get you closer to the Father, to get you closer to having a relationship with Him. It is better to go directly to the plug than to go to a middleman. And that's how I look at God. And one thing about me, I don't do middlemen. I don't do middleman in no area of my life. I don't want to go to no middleman. I want to go directly to the plug. I want to build my relationship directly with the plug. Why pay the middleman? Why go through the middleman? And if anything happens to the middleman, now I'm going to be out. Like, now I'm going to be out. So if prophets and pastors, if they stop showing up, does that mean now that you don't get spiritually fed from God? Does that mean now that God don't hear your prayers? Does that mean now God won't send you confirmations? God won't, if He's not using these people, does that mean God still ain't going to work and come through when you need Him to, whether it's just for a confirmation or something you need to do, answering a prayer or whatever it is? You go directly to the plug. You don't have to go through no middleman. I done built a relationship with the plug. I don't got to go through nobody. I don't need nobody else out here to tell me nothing, because God going to do it for me. God going to do it for me. I don't have to go to a pastor. I don't go to church. I don't listen to none of these people up here. Now I done heard about T.D. Jakes. And then more recently, I had heard about Sarah Jakes, which I guess is his wife or something. Like, I don't watch people's sermons. I don't watch none of that stuff. The only reason I even know about T.D. Jakes is because of my girl Latoya, which is one of the prophetic, I would say she's like a prophetic word type of, like a prophet. I would say she's a prophet too, because she's the first person who she's the second black woman who God put in my path when I was first even finding out about this stuff. It was first Jermika that I seen on my YouTube homepage one time when I was pregnant, when I was just isolating, just trying to get myself together, just trying to really work on me because of the situation I was in. And I used to watch actually Virgo horoscopes all the time. That's all I used to watch on YouTube before I knew that YouTube offered a plethora of other videos. I used to only watch Virgo horoscopes because I'm a Virgo. I used to only watch that. And then one day, the girl Jermika, her video popped up. And I watched it. And it was like, wow, like, this was good. This was like timely. The message was so timely for the place I was at in my life. And I was like, dang, I need to find more of these. But one thing about it, I was looking for women, other black women, that look like me. Because one thing about me is I like to see other women like me. In any area in my life, like, I want to see other women like me. A black woman. I ain't looking, and there's no shade or nothing, but at the time I would only see, like African women. I would only see like white people with their prophetic words. I was looking for a black girl. And that's why it's so interesting how now it's a bunch of us. It's a bunch of black women prophetic word messengers up here on YouTube and all of that stuff. But back then, I didn't see all of that. I didn't know about all of that. And then I ended up seeing Latoya. And Latoya, Okia, y'all got to follow her. Like, she gives, minister type of vibes. So she definitely going to pour into you like the church going to pour into you. But she keep it real and all of that too. So I really like Latoya. She really led the way for me. And because I still appreciate what these other prophetic words have done, because they have helped guide me too. When I was in these places, like on my spiritual journey, when I wasn't sure, when I wasn't in tune with myself and really in tune with God like that, I didn't receive, I needed them to receive confirmations about stuff. I needed them for that. I relied heavily on a prophetic word. I used to look for a prophetic word every single day because I needed to know what's the next step to take in my life. With me being in the wilderness, I needed to know, was I supposed to really be in Texas, and was I supposed to do this? So I just needed confirmations for them. But now that I'm like this with God, I don't need prophetic words. I might still watch some of my girls just to show support, because for one, I appreciate them. I owe them girls. I already got my list of everybody I owe to break bread with. So I relied on them a lot in the beginning. But now it's just like entertainment. Some of them, I actually don't even follow a lot of them, but I still do watch my girl Jordan's journey. I still follow Latoya, but I don't really be watching all the other people no more like that. It's just because I graduated. It's like I've graduated to the point where I don't need to rely on prophetic words. But I just wanted y'all to know that you can build your relationship directly with God. But I say all this to say, you guys, that it's always better to build a relationship directly with the plug, because when these people don't show up, it used to be days where I'm looking for my prophetic word girls. Like, where y'all at? Y'all not showing up today. I need a confirmation. I need to know what to do next. I need to know. And then that's why I say, you want to get the relationship directly with God, because on days where other people don't show up, then you be thankful. And that's why I used to be thankful for my girl Steph. I'm like, thank you, Steph, for always showing up. One thing about Steph, she gonna always show up. I used to be thankful for the girls that always showed up. I used to be thankful for the girls that always showing up. But then when they ain't showing up, then I'm going to look for other prophetic word people. But I realized too, I don't get down with all prophetic words. I found my people that I really liked, and I only watched just them. I had about a good 5 or 6 maybe that I'll only wait for their messages, because they only do it for me. My girl, I cannot forget about my girl DJ. Her channel is called Touched by an Angel. I'm gonna put her name up on this video. Y'all have to, this girl, my favorite. She's my favorite. And she had another channel at first, but even still, I would just be like, her reach needs to pick up. She is top tier at this thing. Y'all gotta follow her. I'm gonna put her name up here. But she was I end up finding her too. Well, God would put her in my path too. So I definitely still watch her too. But I just want y'all to know that you want to go directly to the plug. You build a relationship with the plug. For one, it's cheaper. You build that trust factor. And that's the key. That's the key to building a relationship with God. Trust. Trust is key in any relationship. The same way you want to trust him to bring the promise into fruition, everything that he promised you, you want to trust him to answer your prayers. He want to trust you too. Trust that you're not going to leave him once he bless you. Trust that you're not going to start putting him on the back burner once he bless you. Because that's what we tend to do. Child, I didn't even know my nail broke off. When did my nail break? Really? I didn't even know my nail broke. When did it break? That is ridiculous. Anyhow, oh, it's right here. So I must have just did it. Because I'm like, when I woke up, it was not like this. Whatever. Sorry, y'all. But God wants to be locked in with you. God wants to be locked in with you. It's literally me personally, I'm gonna just use this, tell y'all this. When I used to smoke, I don't like middlemen, little budget men, dudes who only got they can't even give you an ounce. They can't give you a half ounce because they don't even have that much, because they just a middleman. They just do little piece. They just sell little 20 bags and stuff like that. I don't like people like that. I'm like, who is your plug? Like, even when I would deal with a dude and I like his plug, I like whoever he get his stuff from, and he don't really want to tell me who he get his stuff from, because he don't, you know how dudes be, because they think, because you, I mean, which is true, because sometimes when you deal with these sellers, these middlemen, or even the plug, when you deal with them, they might take you from dude. Like, y'all know how these niggas be. Like, they shady or whatever. Like, they'll be trying to talk to you and stuff, knowing that my dude put me on with you, and then there you try and get with me too. But, and the dude he would never be trying, like, let me get his plug number. I'm like, you getting on my nerves. So when I'm not dealing with you, I still want to be able to get quality, smoke. I still want to get quality grass. Like, I want to get some quality. I don't want to have to deal with you. I don't like middlemen. Even when it comes down to business ordering products, I don't want to buy no vendors from these girls out here. I don't want to buy no wholesale. I don't like wholesaling from other girls who they're connected directly to the plug. They connected directly to the supplies out in China. And then yet they buy stuff and then wholesale it to the other girls here who not willing to put the work in to build the connection and build a relationship with the plug in China. Me, I don't want to go through none of these people here. You getting all your stuff from China. I want to build my connection directly with the plug in China. I don't got to go through you. And this is what I'm saying. It's like, you want to build that connection. You want to go directly to the plug. Because if shorty say, I'm going out of business, I'm not doing a wholesale program no more, like people do, because humans be doing something today and they fall off tomorrow for whatever reason. They take one L and then they just quit the whole thing, and stuff not growing fast enough and they just quit their whole thing. And that's how it's even been with me on my journey with the Prophetic Word Girls. Like, my one girl that I'm telling y'all to follow, Touched by an Angel, her name DJ, but she went ghost on me for a while. I'm like, dang, where you go? So during the journey, it forced me to have to seek God, seek his word, get in the word, and start praying to him consistently, and start being receptive when he was dropping stuff on me. This is what I'm saying. When you on this journey, forget everything that religion then told you, because God won't speak to you through any way. It could be simple as you looking at this notebook today. This notebook might be a sign for somebody. You might be saying, what do I need to start doing with my life? What do I need to start selling? Or what is it that I need to really prioritize? Like, God will send a sign through anything. Anything. You could be anywhere on your timeline. God will send a confirmation. I told the girl, Dear Black Sheep, because I once and for all, I kind of knew, because I already know where God is leading me, but I just need that final confirmation of, like, who I'm really talking to. Because when you operate in a business, and when you have goal, when you're trying to really help people, you need to know who you really trying to help, who you really trying to serve, and my thing was, who do God really want me to serve? Who am I really talking to? Specifically, who do you want me to talk to? Who do you specifically want me to help? What is it, like, you got me here as a teacher and all of this, so it's who is it that you really want me to help? And that video that I dropped a couple days ago, it was only like 2 or 3 comments, or maybe 4 comments. And the one comment I needed to see, I mean, I love everybody's comments, obviously, but the one comment I needed to see was my girl. Her name was Dear Black Sheep. So if you're watching this, I don't know, maybe that should be your name, or maybe God did call you, because I know you told me in the comments the other day that you changed your name, and I saw that you changed your name. But it was that name that gave me further confirmation. And this is what I'm saying. When you have this relationship, he gonna use anything and anybody. Because I saw through that video, I say, okay, this is, I got Black Sheep following me, obviously. So this is who I know I'm supposed to be helping. This is who I know I'm supposed to be helping. I'm not just obviously going to help just Black Sheep, because I'm here for the Black community overall, and people overall. It's not even just my community, but y'all know that's my focus. That's my assignment. That's the assignment God has me on, because the Black community, we destitute spiritually. Even the people who feel like you believers, you're not having the true faith that he wants you to have. You're not really truly letting up on the things that he wants you to let up on, to focus more on him. And one thing about it is, when God is trying to get your attention, baby, he will remove you from everything and everybody. And when he's convicting you and telling you to leave this person alone, leave that job, when he's doing these things and you're not listening to it because you so clinging tight on to what you know, what you used to. Oh, I've been with this person so long. Oh, I just love this person. Oh, I just need this job. Oh, I just need this. When you cling tight on to stuff like that and God wants your attention, baby, because oftentimes God can't get your attention until you at rock bottom. But you don't want to really hit rock bottom. If you're in a position right now where stuff is, A-okay for you, especially like on a financial level or on a, excuse me, y'all, or on a, relationship level, but he's still trying to get to you and you not allowing him in like he want to get into your life, he's going to purposely send an enemy in to get stuff out of whack for you because he wants your attention. He wants you to stop idolizing those things because he wants you. He needs you. He's trying to pull you. He's calling you. He's calling you, especially as black sheep. He is calling you. He needs you. He needs you to come and serve. He needs you to come and serve for him. Not for all these other people and places and things. He needs you to serve for him. So when you resistant to it, he gonna keep sending the enemy, and he gonna keep sending attacks and on you until you give him the attention that he need. I told y'all, God is a narc. I'm gonna do a whole video on that one day about how God is the leading narc. He needs hella attention. He wants to be put first. He don't care who he gotta step on. He don't care who he gotta hurt to get the attention, to get the admiration. He don't care. He will use any, this is why you got people out here that, it's so funny when I see like unbelievers, mainly on Instagram in the comments, anytime like on the Shade Room, if people if they make a post about God, you already know all the unbelievers, they gonna find their way to try to come in and commit blasphemy. They gonna come in and try to do that, and it just be so funny to watch because, it's sad, but I also understand them because they don't know God and they don't know who God is, and God ain't moved by that because he's the creator. He created humans, so it don't matter what you saying. It don't matter about none of that. He still stand on what he want. He want what he want. And to get what he want, he don't care who he got to step on to do so. He don't care. He not easily moved by your tears. He not easily moved by you talking ish about him. The more ish you talk about him, the more he gonna make you pay. So you better get on your P's and Q's. Because he can be like, oh yeah? Like, people say that the enemy is demonic, obviously. The enemy is a narc. But guess where he get it from? Sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all. But he's the counterfeit. He wants to be just like God. Anything that the enemy does is because he's trying to replicate God. He wants to be God. He's the counterfeit. He's the counterfeit. This is where the word counterfeit and plagiarism, that stems from the enemy. Because that's what the enemy has done to God. He wants his likeness. He wants his power. He wants his authority. He wants to lead like him. And he does lead his little demon seeds. Like he led all those spirits right along with him to get casted out of heaven. This is what envy stems from, because the enemy envies God. He envies him. This is where this stuff stems from. But the thing about the enemy is he's going to pervert everything that God does. So this is why it's like he's real wicked with it, because he's a rebellious spirit. He's a rebellious spirit, But overall, you guys, you want a relationship directly with God. You don't want to rely on all these people to feed you spiritually, because if they die, if they quit, does that mean now you're lost? But this is also too why God do need us to always show up. This is why consistency is key, because there is people that's counting on you. But my whole objective is to get people a connection with God themselves. I'm not here to make nobody dependent on me. And I don't want you to be dependent on nobody. We're not raising dependents out here. Enough of that. We're raising you to only be dependent on God, not dependent on other flesh. Because flesh will be here today, gone tomorrow. Even once Jesus left. This is why a lot of Christians, y'all know I'm not a Christian. Like, I'm a believer. But this is why a lot of Christians are still led astray. Because when Jesus was here, like it said in John, a lot of these people, they have to see. This is why he even brings the prophets. He uses flesh and puts his spirit onto the flesh. This is why he gave Jesus, so much power. It's because people couldn't believe in something they can't see. Most people out here really believe that they can't be much in life. They don't believe that they could ever be rich. They don't believe that they could ever be healthy. They don't believe that they can do many things. Because for one, a lack of faith, low self-esteem, lack of belief in yourself, a lack of value that you feel about yourself. You don't even feel valuable. So because of this is why God will send this is why God will send prophets. This is why God will send, because he knows the people out here, he knows the humans. And he knows a lot of humans have impoverished minds. Their spirits are impoverished. They don't have belief. They don't have faith. And the number one key to having a relationship with God is faith. Believing in the impossible. What my mama told me that day, keep reaching for the stars. She said, just keep reaching for the stars. Really, she was saying it like, you keep reaching for something that'll never happen, but keep reaching for it. Keep reaching for it. Because people didn't understand me when I was moving away to Texas. Like, everything changed in 2 weeks. I just always been like I'm going to take a risk. I'm a risk taker. I also know that part of the impulsive is I'm an impulsive person. Like, I'm getting a little bit better. But like I've said before, the impulsivity in me, it actually has worked out in my favor. Because I got faith that it's going to be okay. I have faith that I'm not going to be in this position forever. I have a vision in my head, and I'm not going to, until I'm out of here, until God called me back home, baby, I'm never giving up on myself. I don't care how many L's I take. Every time I feel like I back up again. Every time I fall, I'm going to get back up again. I'm not stopping until I win. Period. The vision that's here, until that become reality, I won't stop. So you can call it reaching for the stars. You can call it doing the impossible. Just because you believe that it's not capable for you, don't mean I'm allowed you to project that fear onto me as if it can't happen for me. Because I know what God put up here. I didn't ask for this vision. Because obviously a lot of people don't have it. So the fact that I have it, that's a gift. That's a promise that God made me. And for it to become reality, I got to let him lead my life and do what he want me to do and follow his lead. That's the only way it's all going to come into fruition. Because he going to lead the way. And this is why it's important to let God lead your life. This is why it's important to have that close relationship with him. Because you don't need to rely on all these other people out here. I ain't got to rely on no therapist. I ain't got to rely on nothing, because my relationship with God alone is healing me. It's teaching me about everything I needed to know. I gave my time to the Father, now I really understand that seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and everything should be added onto you. You know, I might be saying it a little off, but I now understand it, because ever since I put God first, ever since I built this connection with God, everything is getting added onto me. When I was looking for purpose, and then thought I found my purpose because I was, trying to focus on weight loss. But God had way more that I needed to focus on than trying to get my body in order, than try to teach other people how to lose weight through eating healthier and stuff like that. It was way bigger than that. He needed to work on my spiritual. He needed to work on my soul. And he trying to work on a lot of y'all's soul. It don't matter about the money. You chasing money. You chasing money. Money is the last thing a lot of people need to be really worried about. Your soul is unkept. You've got a bunch of demonic spirits, unclean spirits living in you, attached to you, that God need to rip up off you. Because even if he bless you with the money, them unclean spirits that you have on you and around you gonna take the very money that he give you. Gonna take the very blessing that he give you. This is why that video I said that one about making room for the blessing, or your blessing is on the way. This is real. You can't be praying for stuff and then you spiritually uncapped. You uncapped. You're not even ready for what you asking for. You want this perfect partner, but you insecure. You gonna run that person off. Insecurities because of your low self-esteem. Low self-esteem. Like, that's why we're gonna be doing a lot of, I'm not here to just tell y'all words. I'm here to actually give you tools, tell you what's really like, we want to clean you inside out. Forget the outside stuff. Even with me, y'all be saying I be getting up here no earrings, because this season of my life, it's not about all this. Like, it's not this stuff, this outer stuff. This stuff ain't really what it's about. Because who cares if you look good, but you still allow people to treat you like a doormat? You still allow people to walk you like a dog. Who cares about that stuff? Who cares about the titles, the materials? Who cares about all these fleshly, worldly things when your soul is unkept? Your soul is warped because of all the unclean spirits that are on you. Because you feel very low about yourself. And then you push that onto other people when you feel low about yourself like that. You ruin things. You self-sabotage. A lot of us have self-sabotage because of your own insecurities. You will self-sabotage the very blessing that was given to you. This is why God is not just handing out blessings. He gonna provide what he know you need until he really feel you deserve what you asking for. You gotta build up to that. You gotta build that trust with him. You gotta truly have faith in him. You gotta truly be obedient to him. You gotta truly submit. Listen to him. The way you will listen to a fleshly made person, the way you seek validation from a fleshly made person who don't even obey God themselves, ain't no way in hell you should be taking advice from a person who don't even obey God themselves. They can't even, how they gonna lead you? When they spiritually, they lost. They a lost soul. How they gonna lead you? They mindset is still impoverished. How they gonna lead you? How they gonna get you out of your darkness when they still really in darkness? They might have money, they might have materialistic things, but once again, you don't know how people really get their money. People will scam. People will sell their whole soul. People will do anything to get money. It's easy to get some money out here. It's easy to get some money, especially when you don't have no dignity, especially when you have low self-esteem. You willing to sell yourself, sell this, sell that. You willing to screw people over just so you can have. You gonna rob, steal, and kill. You'll do anything. And that shows the type of spirit you have. Spirits like that, there's no longevity in the things that they do gain. The money that they do gain, it will quickly be diminished. It will quickly be diminished. I'm sitting there, I see it, man. I see it on here on this online stuff. I be like, all I could do is just pray and be like, God, please get them together. But I also see that he be trying to, too. You know, I ain't gonna say no names. But it just be like, people be blocking their own blessings. Having codependency on people that are really doing you more harm than good. Y'all gotta really escape this mindset of how long you knew a person. They don't care about how long they knew you. They still walking you like a dog every chance they get. And they known you for 18 years. They known you since you was born. They don't care about how long they knew you. Yeah, you holding on to how long you knew them. And how much time you done put into them. And how much history you done made with them. Meanwhile, they don't care about all the history that y'all had, all the good times y'all had. They don't care about that. They still gonna treat you like a doormat. They still gonna abuse you, use you. They still gonna do that stuff to you. But you holding on to how it is. They're not holding on to that. They don't place no value on that because they don't value you. And 9 times out of 10, a person that don't value you is because you don't value yourself. It's because you have very low self-esteem. And this is what God is working on in this season. Enough with the word about materialism. This video then took a turn, of course, but this is just what's on my heart because I'm tired and God is tired too. And he's trying to get people together. But people look at God as like he's a genie. He just supposed to be super saver ho. Even though he is super saver ho, he gonna save you. He gonna save you. But in due time, when he feel like it, he gonna allow you. I told y'all in that other video, he gonna allow you to, get into certain stuff just so you can learn some lessons. That's gonna give you your experience. That's gonna give you wisdom if you allow it to, if you end up learning from your mistakes. The thing is, most people don't learn from their mistakes, so they never really have real wisdom to give because they still in these toxic cycles. I see it all the time with this stuff. The one girl live I was on last night, anybody who, when you say something about them, the first thing they can say is about how they got more money than you. Because y'all know most of these IG girls, they quick to call the fans broke or whatever because the fans be speaking truth and it be hitting. It be really stinging them. All them girls, dudes too. Having money don't mean you feel good about yourself. You might have confidence in that area. Confidence and self-esteem is 2 different things. You can have confidence is in a particular area of your life. Self-esteem is overall, how you overall feel about yourself, head to toe, how you feel about yourself mentally, spiritually, financially, emotionally. The overall, not just one aspect. You can be confident. You can love how your body look, but by the way you let people treat you, by the way you let people use you as a dump, no matter if it's just to skeet on you, use you for that, use you for your place, use you for your things, use you just as an emotional dump. That's why I say people can be dressed up trash buckets. You can have all this money, you can have a great body, you can look very pretty, you can look very handsome, you can have the longest hair, you can have all this outer stuff. But baby, it shows in how you let people treat you. That's the only thing that matters. It don't matter how much money you got. When you let other people who have less than you sting you so bad, walk you like a dog, how you let a person that got less than you affect you so bad? That's because you don't have the spirit. You got the money, but your spirit is your spirit is destitute. Your soul is destitute. You don't really feel good about yourself. This is why a lot of the girls got to go and get plucked and tucked and sucked and slayed every day to dress them to dress up that trash. You got to dress up that trash bucket. And this is not to condemn nobody, but this is just the truth. This is the truth. Worrying about all this external stuff, it does you no justice, baby. It does you no justice. This is why you'll see beautiful women. You'll see beautiful women still get the same treatment that an average woman will get. An average looking woman. They'll get treated worse. They'll get treated worse. Because they don't have no real dignity. All they did was focus on the outer. And they thought the outer was going to get them everything. But one thing about a predator is a predator senses a weakened soul, a weakened spirit. They're not looking about who actually looked the weakest on the outside. They can sense your spirit. And they can see that you feel low about yourself by, for one, even if you just entertaining them, the level of entertainment you give them, the way you let them treat you. That's how you know how a person feel about themselves. Allowing them to have access to you. That's how you know. You think you doing something by telling somebody, oh, at least he always come back to me. Do you know how much respect that person is losing for you every time you let them come back? Every time you give them access? Simple access alone. Look at what they all be talking about now. You just want to get in a room. People just be wanting to have access to get in rooms with celebrities and certain rich folk and all that. They just be wanting to get in a room. You just want to have that access. You don't even care. Some people really just be wanting to just smell their favorite artists' boxers or pantyhose. They just want to have access to something of them. That's what a predator does. It don't mean they want to come in and really pour into you. They just want to have access to you to get what they want from you. Like, I can go on for hours, and this video wasn't supposed to be long. It wasn't even supposed to be about this, but it somehow led into this. But these are the very things that God wants you to connect with him on so he can fix that spirit, fix that soul, remove those unclean spirits up off you. That's what he want to do. That's what he want to do. This is what he had for me. This is what he wanted for me to do. I was worried about money and thinking once I get rich and, that was going to be everything. And then once I lose my weight, that was going to be everything. But no, look how when I lost the weight, last time before I got pregnant with this second baby, look how I was on an outer. I seemed to have it all good. I was looking good. I was looking like a snack. Looking good. Hair slayed. Everything looking good. Had all my materials. My money was good. Money was great. But it showed how I felt about myself by the losers that I let stick D up in me. Like how you feel like this about yourself, but you settle. Even if you wasn't planning on taking them serious, because most of these dudes, I never planned on taking them serious. It wasn't, but just the simple even giving them access. When you know your value, certain people can't even sit next to you. Like you, and it's no cockiness or nothing. It's just, you don't even deserve to be in my energy. You're not there. And now, baby, you gotta pay to see me. You can't even pay to see me. Put it that way. Like, I don't even, you can't get access to me. Like, I don't even really like giving. Sir, you don't even deserve to hear my voice. That's how much I want to starve you of me. You don't even deserve to hear my voice. You call in to talk to your daughter. I don't even want you to hear my voice, because hearing my voice alone feeds your soul. Some people really, especially these, child, all they want to do is just hear your voice. Oh, that's all I needed. Like, certain kind of people, these obsessed type of people, all they need is a little piece of you. It's like a parasite. You really gotta starve a parasite. Starve it, give it nothing, feed it nothing. It's itching for a little dropling. A little dropling. That's why you gotta starve these kind of people. Straight, no contact. You don't even get to hear my voice. You don't get to see me. You don't get to smell me. You don't get to do nothing. You don't see how I feel. You don't need nothing. You get very much nothing from me. Nothing. That's when you really take your power back. You get very much nothing. You don't deserve nothing. Nothing. And that made me feel good. Because when you had me, when you had access to me, you took advantage of it. You thought it was something that would last for a long time. You thought, I'm not that person. I'm not that person. You gotta appreciate me while I'm there, because baby, I will dip on you. I don't owe nobody no time. I don't owe you my years. I don't owe you my best years. I don't owe you nothing. I ain't birthed you. I don't owe you nothing. I don't owe these people nothing. And when you get to the point where you realize you don't owe nobody nothing but God, I don't owe these people nothing. And I ain't giving you nothing. Only way you gonna get to see me is if you give me a view on this YouTube stuff. That's the only way you gonna ever be able to see me. That's the only way. Like, I don't even come out the house for free. My man Gucci said, I don't even come out the house for free. And you will never see me unless I want to be seen. Like, and that's what they know. But this video didn't got all over the place, y'all. But the overall message is seek God. Everything will be added to you. You want to get connected with him. Okay? And, you know, I got some videos coming. I got some stuff coming to help y'all with that. If you struggle with how to, but I guess I'll try to do a video simply on that. Like, specifically just on that. But I've done it before. I've done videos before about how to build a relationship with God. But I'll do some more. But there's a lot that goes into this, because it's not just simply fasting and prayer. It's actually work that you have to do. It's actually work that you have to do on yourself. It's actually things that you gotta let go of. It's a lot you gotta let go of. I had to let go of everything. My family, my things, get rid of sex out my life, stop watching all this BS, stop watching entertainment stuff all the time, stop being full of distractions. It's a lot you gotta be willing to give up, because he can't get your full undivided attention until you sit in silence. The one thing a lot of people are afraid to do is sit in silence and be alone, because you're scared of your own thoughts. You're scared of the voices that you might hear. When you really need to sit and deal with those voices. You need to deal with them. You escaping being alone. You don't want to be alone. You need to spend time alone. That's the only way God really gonna get to you like he needs to. At least that's been my experience. Literally. It started as I separated from my, like when I was pregnant, I spent a lot of time alone pregnant with that second baby because I refused to let my baby daddy get access to me. I did not want that dude around me. Like, and it wasn't even that he necessarily did nothing bad. What was bad about him was just the fact that you're lazy and you're irresponsible, and I feel like you need to do more as a man. I just lost a lot of respect for him. And once I lose respect for you, baby, it's over. And that's the one thing a man craves is respect. And I can't respect slumbags. I can't respect a man that don't put in the same type of effort or more than I'm putting in. I'm pregnant and working on this, working on that, trying to figure out how to prepare for this baby to come. But your mindset is not doing the same thing. Oh yeah, I lost a lot of respect for you. And it ain't no coming back. I just can't unsee the clownery. So I didn't even want him around me, but I still would talk to him on the phone a lot. But that too is what made me realize, dang, he don't need, like, you care that you're not seeing me, but you being able to have the access just to speak to me, talking to you on the phone all the time, that was good enough for you. And then I let you come around only when I need to go to the grocery store, if I like go to Sam's Club and stuff, buy the waters and stuff. Those are the only days I would let him come over my house so that he can get my groceries out of my car. Like, those are the only times I would let him come over. And it was so, I really did not want him around so bad. Half the dang one time, I didn't even call him until I went to Sam's Club. Now, if I go to the regular store, I'll do that stuff by myself just because I didn't want you around. When my TV stand came, I could have called him, but I'm like, I don't want this nigga in my house. I don't want you to be around me. I just want to eat my food. I was good. That's why I think I ate so much too, because I was just in a better place financially than I was when I was pregnant the last time. So I just fed my face. Like, I just ate. I just was happy I could afford to eat and have peace in my house, me and my daughter and my little pregnant babe, my little pregnant belly, just in there, just decorating my house, just working on my business. That's all I cared about. I didn't want to be around you. You know, I ain't really started letting him come around until I started getting, like, till it was closer to delivery time. Just, you know, wouldn't even let you do nothing. Gave you very much nothing. Because people don't deserve you. You don't deserve my body. Only reason why I even let him hit then is because to help the baby come. Like, other than that, you was not going to be hitting nothing. Like, very much nothing. But you guys, that's what it took for me. Everybody ain't the same, but I do know that he gotta get your undivided attention, and God will do whatever he has to do to get your undivided attention. And you better make sure, you better let him get it before he have to force it in a place where he send a person off to jail or where he get them unalived just so he can get your attention. Because God, when he want what he want, he will. He trying to get your attention and you refusing to, he will. He will send them away. So that way you ain't even got that person. The number one person, place, or thing that's blocking you and his relationship, God is a jealous God. You know? But this video already got super long, so I'll see y'all in the next video.